Okay, for the National History Day, you're going to need to attempt to interview an expert. So you're going to need to fill this in, who the expert is, what their contact information is, and how you actually tried to contact them. So how do you do that? Who's an expert? Here are some easy ways. Experts can be found at any college or university. So simply choose a college. It could be local. It doesn't really have to be, because if they do get in contact with you, you can set up an interview via Skype or a Google Hangout or an old-fashioned phone call. Emailing back and forth about the content, I'm not going to count. You can email them to contact them, but then you need to set up an interview. So I chose Calvin College. You can choose a local one so that maybe you can actually visit the person in their office. But I just happened to choose Calvin. And almost any of these websites, right, they're going to have an academics button right away. Majors and programs probably would get me to where I want to go, but I know departments is going to be more direct. So either one of those will probably get you there. And it takes you to academic departments. So depending on your topic, but most likely you're going to choose the history department. So click on that. It gives you some information, but you see, and most all will have a faculty tab. You click on that and it gives you a whole list of their name, their phone number, and their email address, and even their office. Furthermore, not all of these will have it, but Calvin is lovely in that you can click on it and it'll take you to a page. Professor Bratt, I had him for actually a lot of different classes. And I know that he's an expert in American history, American religious history in particular, but you don't know that. So you can see what his specialty is in. You can see his interests in history professionally, and even what his recent scholarship is in. So maybe if he recently had a book published about your topic, he'll be even more excited to talk to you. If it doesn't give you this information about what they're experts in, try emailing if you emailed Professor Bratt and told him your topic, I'm sure he would point you in the direction of a professor, a colleague of his that is an expert. And he might even point you to somebody that's not at Calvin, from another institution that he knows is an expert. So try that, do that. Some of the Calvin professors, Dr. Bratt, for example, you could say that I am your teacher, and he would probably, or he would know who I am, so he'd definitely respond. And the nice thing about contacting a professor, they might interview or be open to interviewing with you, but they might know somebody that actually was at the event, and can get you an eyewitness account. You can talk to an actual eyewitness of whatever the event might have been. So college websites are going to be very helpful. And then there's good old Twitter. If you have a Twitter account, log on and you can search, right? If you check out a book at the library about this topic, or if you read an article even and you find an author, search for them on Twitter. I would bet that almost all of them are. A lot of academic people are on history. So you could search just at and then start searching their name. So Ken Burns we already found, and here he is, and you can easily send him a tweet, or you might even send him a direct message. Hey, I'm working on National History Day. Would love to talk to you about whatever it is. Another famous historian at Kenneth C. Davis. He writes a lot of books, don't know much about history. I'm curious, I wonder if James Lewin, no, he's not. All right, but again, give it a try. It's an easy way to get in contact with them. They might not get back to you via Twitter, but it's worth a shot, and hopefully you are successful. So those are a couple of ways to make an attempt to interview an expert in your field.